With Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon on the horizon, it's no doubt I love Pokemon. My whole life, I have been a fan of these creatures, and I think it's about time I count down my favorites. So here are the top 10, or my top 10, favorite Pokemon. At the number 10 spot, we have a Pokemon that completely caught me off guard when I first saw it. This Pokemon is, of course, the best starter in Sun and Moon. Yeah, fight me, Decidueye. As soon as I knew what this final evolution would look like, I already knew which starter I was picking. It's like the perfect mix between a bird and the Arrow, you know, that DC show that everyone watches that I haven't seen yet, but still, I'll have to watch it sometime. But anyway, this Pokemon is one of my favorites just for the fact of its cool typing of Grass and Ghost, kind of like a Phantump but without the Dark type. But still, it's just the overall aesthetic and idea of this Pokemon that makes it one of my favorites. At the number 9 spot, we have very weird Pokemon. I don't know why I like it so much. This segment is going to be really short. I have a shiny one, but it's Drampa. Nothing else to say. It's a dragon thingy, and I like it. Okay, next! At the number 8 spot, we have every Pokemon in existence. Well, actually, it's just a pink blob that can be any Pokemon. So technically, it's kind of cheating. But it's in the deck, so it's technically considered a Pokemon. It's Ditto! Yay. At the number 7 spot, we have a Pokemon that's been pushed into the shadow of its final evolution. Personally, I prefer the original evolution of it, or the original Pokemon of the line, but it is one of my favorite 3rd generation Pokemon, and that is Lotad. Lotad is one of those Pokemon you find at the very beginning of the game, and then you realize he's not that good, but you had to get him just because of how cute he was. But still, there are multiple benefits to it, including its design. Well, the design is basically just a little frog octopus thingy with a beak. It's basically just like a weird pancake platypus with a chip hat on its head. Well, it looks like a chip hat, but it's actually a lily pad. But anyway, this Pokemon is great, and that's why it's one of my favorites. At the number 6 spot, we have the Lord and Savior of Pokemon himself, the Helix Fossil God. Yes, every time I pick my fossil, it has to be for the God himself. No, it's Ammonite. I'm not sure how to pronounce. Well, personally, I say Ammonite because it's just easier to say. But either way, Ammonite's a really cool Pokemon because he's been alive for millions and millions of years, and he's our god, and we look up to him. But even a god can't withstand these upcoming Pokemon. So now, we are officially at the number 5 spot, meaning we are halfway through the list. So, meaning that we're halfway through the list, these are my top 5 favorites, so it's basically just like, not top 10, it's top 5 now. But anyway, at the number 5 spot, we have a childhood hero / favorite ? I don't know where this is going, but I loved this Pokemon when I was a kid, and he stuck with me. I love this Pokemon more than its evolution, which is extremely surprising to some people. But this Pokemon is Growlithe. See, my entire life I have loved dogs. I have a dog. Growlithe is a dog. Dogs are cute. I like dogs. And, yeah. It's better than its pre-evolution because it's cuter. Don't judge me. I am a Gen 1 kid. This is the best dog Pokemon. It's better than any other dog Pokemon. So we're moving on to number 4. What were you expecting? It's a dog. At the number 4 spot, we have a Pokemon that's basically the same Pokemon on this list, but a lot younger So it counts, and the Pokedex counts it as a different species. So it's Rowlet because he's cute. He's got a cool shiny, and I love it. He's the best starter in Sun and Moon, like I said earlier. Eat it! At the number 3 spot, we have a Pokemon which is probably one of my rarest shinies I own. I didn't Pokeradar for it. I SOS hunted for it. I got it. Its name is basically, well, it is one letter off from mine. He's adorable. I have a stuffed animal version of him. It's Goomy. And Goomy is a blob with a face. He's purple. He's got green spots. He's really just a random Pokemon introduced in Gen 6. I don't know why I love it so much. It's just the perfect combination of strange Pokemon magic that I love, and that makes it one of my favorites. At the number 2 spot, we have a Pokemon that was cool before the other ghost types. He is the coolest ghost type and the greatest, coolest, and most dapper ghost type, and that is my boy Gengar. And I have a stuffed Gengar. I have basically stuffed animals of all of my favorite Pokemon. But Gengar is amazing because he's my first level 100 Pokemon I ever got. And he's just the original. He's the OG ghost type. And if you hate on that, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Before we get into the number 1 spot, let's pick some honorable mentions, because trust me, this list was hard to put out there. So first honorable mention is Blastoise, one of my favorite starter Pokemon, just slightly shy of Decidueye, which is really tough to call because Decidueye is very new, but I already knew when I saw him Decidueye was my favorite. But my favorite gen is Gen 1, and my favorite starter is Blastoise out of all 3 of them, so honorable mention to him. Second honorable mention is Ho-Oh, my favorite legendary. Its shiny's really cool. Just the whole Heart Gold, Soul Silver, just the Heart Gold, just the Gold and Silver games alone are really good. He's my favorite legendary. His color contrast is awesome. His appearance in the anime is awesome. And I just love him in general. He's my favorite legendary. And for the last honorable mention is Trubbish. Everyone thinks Trubbish is a piece of garbage, and they're completely, utterly right, but in the best way possible, because this Pokemon is great. Its design is, people call it lazy, but I think it's genius. A piece of trash that is alive. So when you call Trubbish's design garbage, you are completely right. Now let's get into the number 1 pick. The first time I saw the number 1 pick, it was obvious, it was clear who my favorite Pokemon was, and this Pokemon really means a lot to me, because this Pokemon is, of course, just look at the background of the video, it's Snorlax, and this Pokemon is just, it's amazing, and there's something about its appearances in the game, its anime appearance, its multiple anime appearances, that just makes it super special to me, and there will never be a Pokemon like this one. Just the first time I laid my eyes on it, I knew exactly who was my favorite. And I feel like just your favorite depends on when this Pokemon comes around to you, and when this Pokemon hits you right in the spot, and it's your favorite, and its design is just adorable, and you love it, and just it's just the Pokemon that hits you the hardest at a specific time. And that's exactly what happened with me and the number 1 pick. Snorlax is my favorite, and just Tubby. Tubby's my Snorlax. I have a stuffed Snorlax. He's my favorite, just in general. So Snorlax is my number 1 pick for this list, if you couldn't tell by the background. I love Snorlax, and he is the best to me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have been working on this top 10 list for probably almost 2 weeks. I'm so sorry for the delay of uploads. I was working on this really a lot. Like, I really put time and effort into this. So if you want to see more top 10 lists, or if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and like the video. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.